Let me.
sarcastic, and I think you should still act as though it was personal in order to leave.
Is it good, is it?
Yeah, so let's just say, so what's right, so what you're saying is, yeah.
Oh, is this about some keyboard game? Oh. Yeah, I got to play this about some keyboard, aren't I? Okay, fine. It's just strange. Okay. So I got to play some about some keyboard, it's fine. I'm sure I'll adapt. This never ends, this never ends. The ending is load. It's just strange. Okay. I'm looking forward to it then. Bet she wants to load. What does nothing want to load today? Apparently. Yep. Yeah, my screen is frozen. Yeah, the game's crashed. Wonderful. Have a slurp. Can you just... Oh. Come on, computer. Right, I'm just gonna close that down. Oh, it's loading. It's not loading. It's thinking about it. I don't know what's happening. Right. The fuck is... I have no... Oh, it's enough for John Lewis. Apparently because I'm not signed in on Twitch. I gotta re-sign it. Oh, this stream is just absolute scuff. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody. Ah! I don't know what that was. I was surprised by it. There we go. I'm logged back in. Okay. Right, should we launch the game properly and start again? I don't know what that was. It was just an advert from fucking John Lewis. There we go. Do you know everything's fresh? Right, let's just do it. Hopefully the game will launch this time. Right. Okay, whatever. Got it. There you go.
This is the story of a man named...
No. Why am I spinning? This is the story of Stanley, who got really, really dizzy. And... Right, stop. Stop. Right. Why am I spinning? Right, let's try again. I'm not touching it this time. Bro, what is happening? My hands, look. My hands are here. Look, the controller's disconnected. My hands are here. There's no connection. Right, let's just try the main menu again. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building.
Right, I need to relaunch this game again. Oh my god, what is happening?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay, so we're good now.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Okay.
Employee number 427's job was...
Okay, I need to fix this fucking game. Apparently you got to press F6. Apparently that fixes the issue. Pressing F6 apparently stopped the spinning. Thank you, the power of the internet. What the fuck? Like, what? Why would that ever be a thing? Anyway.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, this is me on mouse and keyboard. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I guess I'll do that then. Why would I not do that? You seem nice and friendly, nothing bad will happen if I follow the instructions.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a
Tips are
wave
not
of
getting
disbelief,
fired. Do not
Stanley decided to go
every
up
day
to
with
his
no
boss's
exceptions.
office,
Don't get fired.
hoping he might find
That's
an
good
answer
advice.
there.
Let the ball up inside. You take it out on passive aggression on co-workers for saying co-workers for not supporting you more. Use slides to ensure that everything's okay. Okay. Interesting. There's a closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay here. Why don't I just stay here and hang out?
There was nothing here. no choice to make, no path to follow.
This is
Just
kinda-
an empty broom
Ooh,
closet.
some duct tape.
No reason to still be here.
I would have. You sound suspicious. You're hiding something in there. What's going on in here? What's the secret?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Yeah, I'm just
He
hanging
wasn't
out.
even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with.
Oh, 1 second.
He'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Yep. Sweet fuck all is the best way forward. I like doing sweet fuck all. What about just sit
Are
here?
you really still in the broom closet?
Yep, sure am.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I like
You
hanging
do
out here.
realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to
True.
find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Yeah, well,
I
that's
never would
great.
have thought to mention it.
I'm just gonna hang out.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
Yep.
Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. I've
Wow.
come to a very definite conclusion
Rude.
about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical melody of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Oh my, that's so
Well, in a
mean.
situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby.
I just don't have it. It's just being mean. I'm just gonna.
So as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Okay.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological
I'm dead,
vulnerabilities.
apparently. Can you make
It's
sure I'm not
indicative
dead?
of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place.
You
at
just
the
confirm I'm
computer,
not dead.
making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Okay.
All
Cool.
right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Alright. Okay.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh dear.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Just called me fat and ugly. I was like, wow. I know it's the truth, but damn. God damn. How would you be so mean?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
4, 5?
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
You
Stanley
told me the
happened to
answer.
input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
All right.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Why is my game lagging? Why do I keep spinning? Okay. Okay. I just got called fat and ugly. He was like, I just feel insulted. I come to a stream to have a good time, and don't come to the stream to be...
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was
I
a
remember
stirring
just
of
coming to get
emotion in his
insulted.
chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him?
I got an achievement. In the top left it says, this is an achievement. Huh. Interesting. I just wanted to put subtitles on. It's for people.
This question would not go unanswered for long.
There we go. What is...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, sure, why not? Or escape. I mean, if I was a smart game, I would escape, but I'm not smart. I'm just gonna go to the mind control facility.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Ooh, fancy.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature
Whoa,
revealed.
numbies.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Uh-huh.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Okay.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled
What
with
the
emotions.
hell is this?
Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Did I do it? Did I win?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Nope.
For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
And Stanley then got sniped in the head by a slipper monkey.
Felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Beat the game. Alright guys, we beat it. Do you want to play some more? Do you want to play now?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, this time I'm going to disobey every instruction.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I'm just doing what I want.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do that. No, I don't think I will.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Bye.
I'm not sure. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Thanks, man. Alright, I guess I wasn't meant to do that.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
No,
open
open
doors,
that.
he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yep, sure. Sure thing.
Wow. Yes, this room. What? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Penalty of jumping off the of misusing the cargo lift, $1,000. Going off the cargo lift is 1,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
Yep.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side.
Okay.
Give me a chance.
Okay. Go on then. You prove that you're on my side.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Did he? I think he walked through the blue door. I don't know about you guys.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked
No, I'm looking
through
for the blue door.
red door.
I'm looking for the blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
There's a blue door right behind me.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
He sounds so
Do you not
pissed.
think I put
He
a lot of
sounds so
time into that?
angry.
Because I did.
He
And
sounds
in
so
the end, it was
angry.
all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
Yeah.
Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
No, I'm going for this door.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Oh, well, now this is useful. You didn't like it, but you didn't totally hate it either.
Yeah.
You enjoyed it, perhaps is the correct term. It didn't cause you excruciating pain. Big steps we've made here today,
What
Stanley.
is this game?
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Okay. Sure.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
I'll be honest, I didn't even see the leaderboard. I did, a 2?
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting. You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Okay.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the
Oh my
button to
God.
move him back to
Oh
the
my
right. And
God.
if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the
Oh
game
my
only
God.
becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
Okay.
Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh no, I'm not doing anything. Bye-bye, baby. Bye-bye, baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Okay, I
Oh,
guess.
hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
Oh
Will it
my
ever
God.
be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only
Fucking
create to fulfill a
Minecraft.
greater artistic purpose. Watch this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house. This will go here. No, here. And then...
I shut it up to my category.
See, what does it need?
It's a-
Yes, of course. course, and just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. Ah, but you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
Okay.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond.
Oh my God.
Diamond everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. Are we literally playing Minecraft right now? Okay. I don't know how long this joke is going on for, but it's going on for there.
Oh my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light? Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one. Okay, new game.
New game, woo! What's the new game? Not Minecraft. Okay. I don't know what to say. Hey, it's Portal! Hey!
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is. Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte. Genius.
I cracked the code. I'm the best gamer who ever lived.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through anymore.
Hello? Okay. Okay. What is happening? Okay. What am I going to do here? I have no idea. Here's a can't really interact with anything here. Okay. Oh.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice. And if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it.
Okay.
He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
Okay.
The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Interesting.
I can wait.
What are you waiting for? Oh. Right, chat, I'm gonna let you decide what I do now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
This is
Stanley
chat.
decided to go to the meeting
So
room.
chat, left or
Perhaps he had
right?
simply missed a memo.
Do we follow instructions or will you disobey? This is your turn. This is your time. Do I obey or disobey? Left.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Okay. Far to a point. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Go up or
Coming
down?
to a staircase, Stanley walked
Right, chap.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Up or down? Up or down, guys? Oh, I'm going down. What's down here?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors
I can't see
close
my feet.
automatically behind him?
I just thought I had a
wherever he
big
went?
stomach, so I couldn't see
And
my
for that
feet.
matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above
Oh,
the
I am
ground.
flowing. Oh, jeez.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared.
Whoa.
It was so much fun, and Stanley
That's
marveled
weird.
that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Yeah.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Okay.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Okay. God damn, I'm still here.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Guess I'm dead. Right.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Interesting.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
There's a lift. I'm going the lift this time. Oh. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Okay,
That
sorry.
kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
I assume, Matt, you want me to go down to the escape way. I'm just wondering what you want me to do. What should I do now? What would you do? What would you do? Would you go into the...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or should I go for the escape? You know, I'm gonna go for the escape. Thanks, man, but I'm good.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Well, I'm sure I will.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm going for it. If I'm gonna die, I'm dying my own times.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I'll confront my death. Head on. Well, if I'm dead, I'm dead.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Well, this is death. Oh.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Can you just hurry up and do it?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What is
When
this?
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, okay. The footprint shows the office at the beginning of the game. Path there is the two doors. But searching at an order to the call layers comes on to go over the first iteration. Okay. But it's important to get right. The corridor is moved in order to make sure the player reaches the two doors at a good time. Okay. The two doors. Two set of two doors with very concrete to understand the parable zone. Once the door was created, the rest of the game matches extension of exploration and construction for this written period. Filing cabinets. Oh, dude, Solitaire! Guys, we'll play Solitaire. Oh shit, I fucked up Solitaire. I'm doing everything wrong. Okay. This is like a little, like a thingy. It's like a museum. That's pretty cool. Go find Goins. Fine. Okay. It's very strange. Okay. Wow, it's so interesting. It's so interesting how different things have different options, ways that it can be done. That's interesting. I find that interesting. Okay. Okay. Then the rules. Okay. So weird. Wow, it's so bizarre.
See how it's impossible to compare. Perfect example of good and bad game design. Stand, of course, you being you, you'll probably spend the next.
Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
I pulled the off switch.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time choose.
Okay. I guess I let time choose for me. Huh.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by?
Oh, the door's
he no
locked.
longer had the ability to tell.
Oh no, the door's
The one
locked.
thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Oh, I guess I just die, I guess.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I'm gonna stay here. What happens if I stay here forever?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
No, I'm staying here. Okay, I guess I'll move on then.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
We're going this way. What's down here?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
I guess.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
You sure?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Take your time, man. Take your time. You don't want nowhere else to be.
Let's see, we went down right, left, down,
Yeah.
left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. No, 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 no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay.
I can't see. Guys, what's happening? What's happening? Tell me. Chat, what's happening? I can't see.
Story completely unusable.
Well, I can't see what you're saying anyway. Why am I asking what you can see? That's just silly.
The game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
I can't see what you're saying anyway. I can't read what you're saying anyway.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what?
What?
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story. I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you.
Sorry.
There definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Okay, thanks, man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes.
Okay.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way.
Oh, for God's sake. Told you to look at the map before you start on this adventure.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Nope.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this?
What's that?
You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
Okay.
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. Back to the restart again. The Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
What if I go this way?
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay, fair enough. It was worth a try. I just wanted to see what happened if I didn't follow the line. What would happen if I don't follow the law? No, I'm done. Okay.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Okay. The game is weird.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Oh, look at that
Stanley,
thing.
this fern will be very important later in the story. Make
Okay.
sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You
Okay.
won't want to miss anything.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh, he's just so mad. I love it. He's just so mad.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Yeah,
Why can't
sure.
we make up our own story?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh,
Yeah.
this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley.
Big titted
I'm ready
anime
for it.
girls. That's what I want. That's my story to be about. Can you do that? Can you do that, Mr. Narrator? You think he's ready for that?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Just don't acknowledge it. Yeah, okay, I just won't acknowledge it. Chat can't acknowledge the line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere.
Okay.
Which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny. awaits.
Sure.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending? You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
I'll do it.
Time return stopped. Does that mean did we do it?
Did we win?
Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Jesus Christ. What the fuck was that? What the hell was that?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I have no idea.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find it. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Oh. Thanks, man. You just did it already for me. Thanks, man. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Okay.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
There's a 4, I don't know what the 4 does, but sure. Okay. Know what I do, but sure. It's got an achievement you can't jump, no, it's just we disabled it.
And when at last he found the source of the room... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls,
Sure
did
did.
you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Control?
Yep.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink in.
Alright, hi chat. Okay, apparently I can't stop the nuke. Okay, fair enough. I said, well, I guess I'm dead then. Well, that's unfortunate. What a way to go.
To the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Okay.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
Well then, I think I died. Well, that's unfortunate.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply...
Alright. I think we'll end it there then. That was fun. I don't really know what the point of it was, but it was an experience. I'll tell you what. It was definitely an experience.